How's it going? Done. Yeah. So, I, about a month ago, beginning of this month, went and saw Miss May I, We Came as Romens, Of Mice and Men, Texas in July, and somebody else that I cannot think of who they are. But give me a break, it was a month ago. They were pretty awesome. It was at a small venue in town here, and they said that it was the most people they've ever had in there, and the very unassuring part of it is that the club is actually upstairs above a business, and it's in an old building, and you figure close to 1,000 people there, but I don't know, I don't estimate people very well, apparently. Jumping up and down in sequence on an old wood floor. It wasn't okay. It was pretty scary. But, all in all, it was still an amazing show. As jam-packed as it was, I would do it again in a heartbeat. I actually didn't get to see We Came as Romens because we left early because of how many people were there. But Of Mice and Men, which is basically the reason I went, they were amazing. Actually, as we were standing in line outside, Austin Carlisle was out there walking around on his phone, and apparently it was his birthday. And so after they got done playing, he actually had the people, he jumped out into the crowd and had them carry him into the bar to celebrate his birthday. Yeah. But it was still really cool, and I actually was right up next to the stage, and there was a lot of people trying to get to be where I was. In fact, a few people actually grabbed a handful of my hair and tried to pull me back. So, people were pretty hostile at that show. And, of course, there was the hardcore dancers, which just are, in my opinion, lame. That's a nice word. PG-13 word. And it was actually cool because I was standing right in front of the guitarist, and after they got done playing, he just handed me a water bottle, which I thought was pretty cool, and I appreciated because I had no money for drinks and I was very thirsty. So it was very appreciated, and as creepy and weird and pathetic as it might be, I saved that water bottle. Albertson's brand and all. Saved that water bottle. But actually, my boyfriend did the Wall of Death, tried to get out of it, got shoved back in, fell, and got kicked in the face. So, that's another contributor to why we left early. But yeah, he had a pretty nasty bruise right here from getting kicked in his face, but all worth it. I mean, I'm not the one who personally got kicked in the face, but he still says that it was worth it. And I've taken a few spills in large crowds, and all of them have been worth it. Speaking of which, I went to Uproar, which was an amazing show. So many people, cramp-packed, floor tickets to the show. It was amazing. It was actually kind of bad because I had only slept 30 minutes the night before, and so I was running on virtually no sleep, and so I really appreciated the unlimited amount of free rock stars that they had, and it was a godly show. Avenged Sevenfold, a bunch of people had told me that they weren't as good in concert as they sound, or that they sound bad in concert, but I have to say, every single one of those bands exceeded my expectations. That was there. Seether sounded actually better in person than they do on record. and 3 Days Grace, definitely entertainers, except Adam Gontier looks completely different. He has like his hair like all slicked back into a ponytail. It was weird. But still an amazing show. I loved every second of it. I actually had my, like, there were so many people, and they were all trying to push forward, and some guy was stepping on the foot of my shoe, but my Converse are too big, so I didn't even notice. And so I went to move over because people were pushing through, twisted my ankles, both of them. So that was pretty great because that happened within like 20 minutes of being there. So the whole rest of the concert, I pretty much couldn't jump at all without it hurting, but didn't let it slow me down. And it was cool because I had my boyfriend and then my very good friend Nick, who's like my big brother, and they were playing bodyguards. You know, one was standing in front of me and one was behind me, and so I was golden the entire time. There were a lot of mosh pits, but I wasn't about to try and get in one of those at a show that big. But regardless, it was amazing, and I don't know if that tour is still going on. I don't think so, but if it is, definitely recommend seeing it because it's worth every penny of it. I can't really say that it was worth it because I didn't pay for my ticket, but regardless, it was an amazing show and an experience that you'll definitely never forget. Even if you only like 2 of the bands, it's so worth it. So worth it. And that's pretty much it for my concert going recently. I'm going to a Texas Hippie Coalition concert in November for a Too Broke to Rock show. So, free tickets. Yeah! And that's about it. So, hopefully, if you are looking for information on bands that you might want to see, I am planning on being the person that you look up to see what their stage presence is like, how they do in concert, how they sound, how the crowds are. So, that's me. And that probably came out very lame. My PG-13 word.